Hello everyone and welcome to our 69th episode of Lost Eidolons. Last time we took Huger and in doing so captured Caspar and his two aides. But not only did we capture Caspar and his aides, Caspar told us that Abramo had sold out Isoro and then died. So Balastar to an extent was in the right. How does it feel to be back out of hiding? I was just contemplating the strange irony of things. Isn't it funny how the second you think a situation's in hand, that's when everything goes wrong? First rescuing my sister from Rodrigo, now ending the war with the Empire, only to wind up right back at square one. We've been through quite the ride. Sorry, Yuno and Andrea have to wait a little longer to resume your lives. Don't fret on our account. After all, this chain of events is what brought us to you. I won't pretend the last 2 years have been a picnic, but I'd make every choice again.
Much appreciated.
I'm glad to hear it. What about you? What about me?
Yeah.
Would you make all the same choices? Ask me again after the war is over. Leon, that's what's occupying his mind there. Alright, let's talk to Salma. 2 years away from her shops has been hurt.
Anything catch your eye?
Yep, she's acquired some new merchandise in the last 2 years. Holy smokes, is that 100,000? Book of
You're
Malice.
much too kind. Anything catch your eye?
That strange book.
What's with that weird spell book you've got for sale?
The Book of Malice. Ah, odd specimen that. It whispers sometimes, you know.
It... what?
Oh yes, all sorts of things. Mostly rude little threats.
That's terrifying.
Oh, it's not so bad. Mostly I keep it stuffed in a sack.
Where did you even find something like that?
It was sold to me by a pirate captain in Corsarinda. A fine bargain, too. She was quite eager to be rid of it.
Then why is your price set so high?
I said she was eager to get rid of it. I didn't say I was. I may not know where it comes from, but I know profit when I smell it.
I wonder if Gilbert would know anything about this.
If you do learn anything, let me know. I'd be fascinated to hear.
Yeah, 100k is a bit too much. New quest milestone
Anything
increase.
catch your eye?
So I guess a lot of people do this one, Blazing Elemental Grimoire, but they don't do the other one. Okay. That's good to know. Need 4 large recovery potions. And all of this. Geez, how much is it? 5,900? Sell a rare sword. Blazing Elemental Grimoire. Well, that's Albrecht's rare Elemental Grimoire sold. Common cloth armor. Alright, well, losing 5k, but that's fine. Worth the price.
You're much too kind, dear.
The Bosun Torque. Interesting. Herein lies a summation of the facts regarding our first return engagement. Purposes of general reference among all relevant officers. Battle at Vuger was an overwhelming success. Enemy forces decimated. Enemy commander Caspar offered the opportunity to change sides, but elected to die instead. Others among enemy ranks have been taken into custody. Their fates remain to be decided. Except they won't be killed. Of considerable note were the imprisoned laborers who took part in the uprising without which our victory would not have been possible. Based on informal survey, roughly half were former Imperial soldiers, and around 1/4 were former Bosun mercenaries captured in battle. The remainder were innocent Nebosans who had been laboring there when Balastar's forces seized the mine. Nebosa has a tradition of province-wide mandatory service underground, which, to add a bit of personal commentary, I find deeply repugnant. His men and women swung pickaxes in the cold and dark, breathing toxic fumes for years on end, for the benefit of only a handful of pampered nobles. Now many of them, lacking better options, have asked to join our army. Confess the ethical ramifications of this weigh heavily on my mind. We have supplied the rest with food, medical attention, and a pack of travel supplies. But they are owed more. So much more. I can only hope that bringing them a better world will suffice, that our principles survive trials required to do so. Alright, let's go talk with Gilbert. Liberated laborers. Leonard. And win any optional battle. Okay. Well, I might skip optional battles then. Let's read. Vuger was a success, no surprise there. We had 2 years of preparation and the element of surprise. The real test starts now. Information to gather, terrain to scout, a whole continent of chaos to try to get our arms around. Turns out Fenice has been busy too, letting everything go to hell. Arrogant bastard. I can't wait to take out one of his eyes, or one of something else. Cold, Clara. We'll have to move fast for what comes next. That's the one thing about the element of surprise. The second you tip your hand, time becomes your enemy. We need a foothold in the north as soon as possible, or we won't get another chance. Then we have to figure out how the hell to beat him. I'm not worried about the army. After months of training, our guys eat lightning and crap thunder. Put one of our soldiers against 5 of his any day. Balastar's core troops, though. Chelsea, Godfrey, Hector, the rest. Those are some serious killers. Beating them is gonna take some hard choices. I just hope Eden's got what it takes. See what the optional fight... Oh, none available. That's actually kind of nice. I don't think we need an optional fight every chapter. Alright. Hey, Ryan. Rochelle. And Robert. So where's the old drunk? Chilling with the captives. So many requests coming in for help. We're out of hiding. We need to start winning people over to our side. Wonder who you are. Now cut the lip and start giving me straight answers. You better watch your mouth, old man. Fontaine, enough. I'm willing to cooperate. Ask your questions.
Now, let's see
Start
here.
with what happened in the West 2 years ago. How much do you already know? We were on the march to Leroy LaRue at the time, only rumors. Fire here, village there, another massacre like Hollisburg. Can't pronounce the capital's name with a crap. What happened at Lampicause? It was worse than Hollisburg. The army had just crossed into Yeruvier province. Caspar thought he might regather our forces in the Lakeland capital, launch a new campaign from there. What happened? Balastar's people ambushed us in Linois. The fight was over in minutes. Why did he take you 3 prisoner? I've asked myself that countless times. I think it was just pure spite. The rest of the Imperial army, where are they now? Dead. Most of them. Same night. Saying he killed troops after they surrendered? No, he gave that ugly deed to his lapdog. The bandit knight. Hector. His forces. They butchered us by the thousands. The screams. The smoke. I will never forget it.
Oh.
Go ahead, say it. Tell us it was our due comeuppance for Hollisburg. Sounds like I don't have to. Brutal.
Need something?
Say, old-timer, have you ever heard of something called the Book of Malice?
What did you say?
I'll take that as a yes.
Where did you hear that name?
Salma's got it for sale.
Oh, of course she does.
What is it?
I've only heard stories. Bad ones. All I know is this. It's old. It's powerful. And some ugly people have been searching for it for a long time. If you want to know more than that, ask the bookworm.
Yeah, I think I will.
Alright, let's go talk with Albrecht. Seems like Gabriel's getting a little bit more along with Albrecht. Hopefully.
Welcome.
What do you know about a creepy thing called the Book of Malice?
Odd question. Let's see. As I recall, it's one of the first grimoires ever made. An ancient relic of House Zerpial.
Wait, you mean one of the Emperor's ancestors made that thing?
Yes, and according to the histories, the means of its creation were rather unsavory. Why do you ask?
Call it academic curiosity.
In that case, a word of warning. Legends say the book has a will of its own. It thirsts for blood spilled in combat, and visits ill fate on those who refuse to wield it.
Great.
Best go warn Salma.
Anything catch your eye?
I talked to some of my spellcasters about that book. They say it's old, famous, and has a bad attitude.
Ooh, a storied antique, eh? I knew I had the right hunch. I wonder if I should set the price even higher.
I think you should probably hand it over.
I think you should probably pay for it.
Salma, I'm trying to protect you.
Oh, nonsense. It's just a bit of leather and paper. Excuse me. I'm fighting some kind of chest cold.
What's it going to take to get that book off you?
Bartering services, are we? Very well, then. There's a rare form of icy soulstone in this region. The locals call it Horkole. I have an interested buyer among the lake tribes. Bring me some, and the book is yours.
Where can I find it?
Try rousting some bandits and searching any chests you find. They're always harassing miners around here, and they can never fence the spoils fast enough.
And how would you know that exactly?
Mind your business, boy. Now off with you. Damn cold.
Guess we're not gonna warn her that it's the book. Search bandit treasure chest for Horkle and deliver to Salma. Purchase the Book of Malice and talk to Salma.
Anything catch your eye?
Oh, it's only 7k now. Well, I'm just gonna buy it then. Cause a little worried about giving her Horkle. Trophy earned, silver, the Book of Malice. Complete the side quest
You're
Malice
much
and
too
greed.
kind, dear. Anything catch your eye?
I'm still in the market for that Horkle. Find some and I'll reimburse you every coin. Okay. You're actually gonna refund me if I bring that rock? Of course, I never go back on my word. Merchant's honor and all. And whatever it
Alright.
is, I better get my hands on it. Alright, well. Let's go talk with Fontaine and Eris. Might as well. First though, Gilbert.
Need something?
Book of Malice.
Well, I'll be damned.
Phew, now that's a stink of powerful magic if I've ever smelled it. I got this strange book away from Salma. Good, nasty piece of work like that's got no place in the hands of a sweet little old lady. Albrecht says the book has a will of its own, that it hurts those who refuse to wield it. Well then, guess we better put it to use. Yeah. Time for the upgrade work. He's got iron-plated armor now. Grimoire, blazing elemental grimoire. Spells recorded, pillar of fire. Cold wave. Hydroclone. And T-bolt. Alright, and then Gilbert. Swap for the Book of Malice. This thing looks trippy. Well, I want Abyssal Whisper. Lich Arrow, as usual. Shadow Burst, and Dark Arrow. Night Veil, Putrefy. Yeah, not worth it. Happy with what I've got. Alright, let's talk to Fontaine. Nope. Eris.
So, you're Caspar's top 2 commanders.
And you're Fenice's little lovebird.
Fontaine. Honestly.
What? Afraid I'll spoil the good mood? They're just going to kill us anyway.
That's not how we do things around here.
Then what are you planning to do with us?
Good question. You two are some of the most hated faces in Artemesia, especially around here. We don't have the resources to drag prisoners around, much less ones who need protection.
Then release us. We can fend for ourselves.
Speak for yourself. I have no intention of being strung up by some village mob.
Then what do you suggest?
Let me join you.
New quest, the Witch.
Need something?
Oh, Eris.
Say, old man, I didn't really give it much thought before, but now that she's here, what should we do with Eris?
You mean because of her involvement with Hullisberg? Some would say a crime like that can never be forgiven. Others would say any crime can be forgiven, even if it's not forgotten. And of course, there's always the pragmatic way. Who cares if she can be useful?
So which way would you lean?
None at all. One of the benefits of not being in charge is not having to make decisions like that.
Yeah, thanks.
I can forgive, I can't forget.
I've given your offer some thought. But before I can even consider it, there's something we need to talk about.
Hullisberg.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about it. The plan was Caspar's. I carried it out.
Just following orders?
I didn't say that. I make no excuses for what happened. And I trust I don't need to point out, our side only bears half the responsibility. I won't grovel for your absolution. I have no use for it. But if being of service keeps my head on my shoulders for another day, I'll do it. Caspar commanded me to live. And I always see my commands through.
Well, I respect Caspar enough to do this.
There are no heroes here. We've all done things we regret. But while we're still breathing, we can at least fight for a world we believe in. So let's fight together.
I'll remember this.
Do better than that. Earn it.
Quest complete, the witch. Now let's talk to Fontaine. Suppose I was open to taking you in. Would you join us? On that battlefield, I said if you could win while I drew breath, I'd throw myself at your feet. Well, here we are. You have skill, I'll admit, and gods know I'd relish the chance to slit Fenice's throat. So yes, if you'll have me, I'd rather fight for you than the alternative. Welcome aboard. As long as you fight for us, no one in this camp will harm you. You have my word. I don't know if I can trust you yet, but I'm willing to give you a chance. If you somehow survive until the war's over, that's a discussion for another time. Suits me fine. Well then, welcome Fontaine and Eris. Alright, well I think this is the best time to end the episode. We've recruited Caspar's top 2 lieutenants. I don't mind them chilling. I'm probably actually going to make them aides as a way to show goodwill. I don't know if I want to go get that Hoarfrost. I'm sure that's now going to be... Yeah. So I'm almost willing to hand over the Book of Malice if we bring us some Horror Coal. Easiest way is to go after some local bandits. I don't really want to, though. So yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to skip an optional battle. Fontaine and Eris. What's your opinion on Fontaine and Eris?
Intriguing.
As enemies or potential allies? Still deciding. Well, as for tactical prowess, you would know better than anyone. But as for their individual talents, they may yet surprise you. Fontaine is a highborn warrior trained for battle his whole life. And Eris is one of the most powerful mages I've ever encountered. But is it right after everything they've done? I can't make that judgment for you. Though from a historical perspective, changing sides in wartime is not uncommon. It's tempting to paint the world in shades of black and white, but reality is often messy. Take Hollisburg. Imagine there are some people in Hollisburg who might not feel that way. I trust I needn't point out the contradiction of that statement coming from you. Ouch. Alright, well this is where we're going to end the episode. Next time we will talk to Marshall.